Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and I love this piece which is on your screen right now from the Daily Hodl, titled Ethereum and XRP to outpace Bitcoin in massive bull run, says CEO of crypto investment firm Pantera Capital. This is a message that I've been delivering to you for the entirety of this channel, which I've been running now for just a hair over 2 years. And it's not an ideologically driven statement. It's a matter-of-fact type of thing. Because yes, Bitcoin admittedly leads the market. I want it to do well. It is doing well. I am not a maximalist of XRP or any other coin. But there's a lot more money in Bitcoin. And so to get the price of Bitcoin to double or triple or quadruple, not that it can't do it, but it takes a whole lot more money flowing in than for smaller cap coins. Like, for instance, Ethereum and XRP. And I get it, they're considered large cap coins, fine. There's almost no money in them. And I mean that quite sincerely. The crypto asset class is the smallest asset class by quite a wide margin. As I record this, it's got the crypto asset class. It's got a market cap of 600 and something billion. I'll show you the numbers in a second. But then when you see how small the market cap for XRP is compared to Bitcoin, you just have to think, holy hell, this is not rocket science. How much money has to flow into XRP to get it to double? Nowhere near as much. And we know that XRP is following the price action of Bitcoin. We know that Bitcoin now has smashed not just through its all-time high, but through $20,000, hitting at a couple points actually, over $22,000. And there are many analysts out there that are calling for it to not stop anytime soon. And so we shall see. Now, to be clear, I don't have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice. So you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write, but I am happy to share my everyday Joe Schmo opinion. But look at how much money's flown into the space. And there are a couple other headlines that I want to share with you. Here's one from crypto media outlet You Today. Hedge fund One River to hold $1 billion worth of Bitcoin and Ethereum in 2021. This is positive for the entire space. Because again, what did I just state a moment ago? XRP undeniably follows the price action of Bitcoin. So I want Bitcoin to do well. And you know what? It is. Which is not surprising to me. This is what I've been saying. I never pretended to know exactly what the timing would look like, but the whole time I've been running this damn Moon Lambo channel with a stupid name. Which, by the way, is because I have a sense of humor. Moon Lambo is the dumbest freaking name you could have picked for a crypto channel. But I knew eventually, even though I didn't know what the timing would look like, I'm so well aware that market cycles are a thing. And if you just look at the history of the crypto asset class for over a decade now, like you'd have to be dim to be aware of that data and not think that it would come back and then some. And then there's this piece. American Express gets in on a crypto for institutional investors. Yes, American Express. Is the writing out on the wall yet? I'm pretty sure the writing is on the wall. And it's a mess. You shouldn't be writing anything on walls. It's, somebody's going to have to clean that up. That's graffiti, my friends. As I record this, XRP is at 55 cents even, Bitcoin at $21,722, the market cap for the asset class $628 billion, and Bitcoin dominance climbing 64.21%. But I do believe that you're going to see it ultimately decline. Not that the price of Bitcoin will not continue to overall trend upwards. I'm not saying that. All it takes is for altcoins to grow at a faster pace than Bitcoin, so it can be an entirely rising market. But the dominance, the percentage there, is just going to decrease. And, by the end of the bubble bursting in 2017 into 2000, early 18, Bitcoin dominance, I mean, gosh, I remember seeing it around 35%, rather. So it got about that low. And so into this piece from the Daily Hodl. And so they're talking about Dan Moorhead here. He's the CEO and founder of Pantera Capital, which is, I can't recall, I could be mistaken. I think they might be the first cryptocurrency hedge fund on the planet. If not, then they were one of the first, because I know they've been around since like 2013. But I had the pleasure of seeing Dan Moorhead actually speak live at a cryptocurrency conference in Los Angeles a couple years ago, and he's pro Ripple, he's pro XRP, but he's also pro the entire space right here, and so he's just a wealth of knowledge. And so it's always fun to cover what he has to say here. But anyway, the CEO of one of the largest crypto-focused investment firms says he expects a group of altcoins to outperform Bitcoin in an extended bull market. In a new interview with Real Vision, Dan Moorhead says Bitcoin is set to skyrocket in the months ahead. He believes it has less room to rise than certain altcoins. And here's a quote, check this out. It's easy to be kind of extremist on currencies, and some people think it's all one versus all another. I think there's going to be a single-digit number of very important blockchains in the long run. There won't be 2,000, but there won't be just one. Let me pause right there, because one of the things that he has stated is that he believes out of the single-digit number of blockchains that are going to persist, because you don't need a new form of money for every freaking business idea, he firmly believes that XRP will be one of them. He has publicly stated that in the past, and he keeps regularly with it, many times without being prompted. He will just speak the praises of XRP and its real-world utility. He freaking gets it. And so while in the short term, XRP simply following the price action of Bitcoin, eventually we will switch to a world where the asset class matures and investors get more sophisticated, especially if they're on the institutional side, and they're not going to continue to purchase cryptocurrencies that don't actually do something. But here's the rest of his quote. So we are invested in Bitcoin and Ethereum and XRP. Now, I actually think the other currencies are going to outperform Bitcoin. This isn't to inspire a bunch of hate and trolling. Bitcoin is going to go up a ton, but I just think other things can outperform it. There you go. I feel like it's good to know that somebody of Dan Moorhead's caliber happens to feel something that I know to my core has to be true. Which is not to speak negative of Bitcoin. That's not my point, just like it's not his point. But XRP absolutely is going to demolish Bitcoin in terms of percentage gains over the rest of this market cycle. I think that XRP is going to make a ton of people filthy freaking rich. Those people that were bold enough to jump in, had the foresight, understood the situation at hand here, and weren't making emotional buying and selling decisions. And there's tremendous risk in investing in crypto. I'm not pretending that there isn't, but I have a firm conviction in where I believe this is going. The quote continues here, and partly it's just that Bitcoin is the mega cap. Same thing I've been saying. It can't go up and down as much as the tiny little small caps do. I think we're in a massive bull market, so the smaller cap things have high beta. They're going to outperform. Bitcoin is 62% of the market cap right now. It got up to just below 70% 2 years ago. So a quick metric would be, I think Bitcoin dominance will drift down by Bitcoin going up and everything else going up a lot more. To you, that everybody that's been following me for like more than like a week or two or three, like, excuse me, is this not exactly what I've been saying forever? I read this and I was like, yes. I actually watched the interview too, by the way. It was great. You can go to Real Vision and they make you sign up, but it's free anyway. So I just did it like a week ago and I've been watching all this stuff about XRP and it's been interesting. Plus, Raoul Pal, who's the founder of Real Vision, he said he's been warming up to XRP, so that makes me feel good for doing it anyway. But anyway, Moorhead explains why he's bullish on the second and third largest crypto assets, Ethereum and XRP. And here's another quote. The most important thing in Ethereum is ETH 2.0 going live, going away from proof of work, which is wasteful, obviously, to proof of stake to allow a much more efficient system. XRP is accumulating the cross-border money movement that everyone in the industry has been talking about for a long time. Currently, blockchain-enabled cross-border money movement from the United States to Mexico is getting close to 10% of all of that very important $25 billion remittance corridor. So it's huge success for our industry for a use case that's really making people's lives better. And he's talking about, when he says 25 billion, he's talking about annually. I'm aware of that figure. And so, like, we can sit here as rational adults and celebrate this and see that there's real utility to XRP and it's actually functionally making people's lives better and saving them money. And then you get the Bitcoin maxi trolls out there that just don't freaking care. Their ideology is paramount. That's what's most important. And if they could just, at the snap of a finger, make XRP go away, they would. And that would be evil because XRP is being used for good, and Ripple, the company, is a force for good, saving some of the poorest people on the planet lots of money. Because remittances, unfortunately, are expensive. And you know what else Dan Moorhead said? It's not cited in this article, but I watched the interview, so I know. He said that annually, just the amount of money that's getting sent back from the United States to Mexico, these people, he estimated, through the legacy financial system are losing about 9% of their annual pay because they're sending money back home. And he acknowledged with Bitso, he cited Bitso specifically. He said, so Bitso, maybe it's 1 or 2%, but he made the point that it's not 9%. It's substantially less. And so even if there's still a middleman, in this case, you're talking about the exchanges or whatever remittance firms may be involved or bank, whatever ends up being, yeah, okay, fine. But competitive forces, thanks to these technological advancements, are going to substantially reduce the cost for these people. And it will take increased competition to really get it down. But where do you think this is all going, right? There just aren't that many competitors taking advantage of this tremendous technology. But as corridors get built out, of course, this is where we're going. Here's a tweet from Michael Saylor. He is the CEO of MicroStrategy, which is now they've officially purchased, I think, $475 million worth of Bitcoin, and they're throwing in another $650 million. So they're gonna have invested, I kid you not, publicly traded company, mind you, over $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. Which again to me is exciting because even if they're not buying XRP, this helps XRP. Oh, absolutely. It will unquestionably help XRP because XRP follows Bitcoin. Again, let's not overcomplicate things. This is the case. It's just simply following Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is becoming more scarce thanks to the like of Michael Saylor and other institutional investors. Here's what he wrote though. Gradually, then suddenly, thoughtful investors will realize that the riskiest decision I gotta turn off these notifications. The riskiest decision they can make is to ignore or under-allocate to Bitcoin. A decision to invest 1% in Bitcoin is a decision to underperform, increase risk, or destroy wealth in the other 99% of the portfolio. Exactly. Well, Bitcoin's certainly going to be outperforming really any other asset class indefinitely. And I understand Bitcoin itself is just an asset, not an asset class. Bitcoin maxi trolls like to pretend that Bitcoin itself is the asset class. I'm just like, holy hell, you're so full of yourself. But that is just frankly not true. There are the cryptocurrencies. But the point he's making here is quite solid. So to not have any exposure to the crypto asset class, or to only have 1% exposure, I'm sorry, hindsight, when you look at it, it's going to be like, duh, smacking you in the face. But the time to act is like now, in my humble opinion, and so many are not yet doing it. But the herd is coming, as Mike Novogratz, billionaire Mike Novogratz, who runs Galaxy Digital, has been saying for years. Now there's this piece from you today. Hedge fund One River to hold $1 billion worth of Bitcoin and Ethereum in 2021. And I know, again, fine, not about XRP. I want to make you aware of this so that you can see the trend. It has not been hard for me to find new articles on this topic every single day, and I can't cover all of them because my videos would just be too long, so I have to pick and choose. But this takes ETH and Bitcoin out of, well, I mean, it's still considered circulating supply, but I really got to turn these notifications off. But it's still considered circulating supply because anything that's been issued is in circulating supply, whether or not it's in cold storage. But what I'm saying is, this cryptocurrency is going to be taken off of spot exchanges by people that are selling, and it's going to go into deep cold storage by institutional players. And so that is going to cause the retail speculators to drive up the price, because even if it were just the same demand, like let's just say there were no new people entering, and that's not the case, there are new people entering, but even if no new people are entering, there's less Bitcoin and ETH in this case, as they're discussing here, there's less of it to be purchased. So supply and demand dynamics at play. One River Digital Asset Management, one of the best performing hedge funds of the year, has disclosed a massive Bitcoin bet, Bloomberg reports. It currently owns $600 million worth of Bitcoin and expects its crypto holdings, which include Ethereum, to swell to a 10-figure sum in early 2021. The Connecticut-based fund wrapped up its purchases back in November when the largest cryptocurrency was still trading below $16,000. The hedge fund CEO, Eric Peters, doesn't underestimate the importance of its Bitcoin allocation, describing it as generational. And here's a quote. There is going to be a generational allocation to this new asset class. The flows have only just begun. And so, my friends, I keep insisting that you are early to the party, even if you're still here. While Bitcoin is at its all-time high and it's been breaking above $22,000, you are early to the party. These prices are going to look cheap. They may not sound it right now because this is present time and we haven't seen the rest of history unfold, but I firmly believe that these prices are going to look dirt cheap if you could just fast forward however many, and again, I don't pretend to know how to time these markets, but however many years in the future, once the market cycle is complete, you'll be wishing that you'd stocked up on more, I think, here. All right, Peters is convinced that the two largest cryptocurrencies by market cap are going to outperform gold, but he perceives the yellow metal as a much safer investment. And here's another quote. And I think this is a fair point. Here's the quote, though. There definitely are more risks to this than gold, which has been around for thousands of years, but there's also way more convexity. Yeah, translation, more opportunity, right? So I could not be more thrilled. And again, because they're doing this, that much ETH and that much Bitcoin off the market, XRP follows the price action of Bitcoin. There you go. This right here, what this guy's doing, even though he's not purchasing XRP, at least not publicly, that will increase, right there, that will increase the price of XRP. And how about this one? We'll talk about institutional funds. Man, this bull run, man, this whole market cycle, I think that institutional money flowing in is the name of the game. So here's the headline from Decrypt. American Express gets in on crypto for institutional investors. This is amazing, guys. Check this out. This is great for XRP too. Again, just please understand. American Express Ventures, the venture capital arm of the financial services giant, is the latest investor in FalconX, a cryptocurrency trading platform targeted at institutional customers. Neither company disclosed the size of the investment, although it comes following a $17 million venture investment round for FalconX announced in May. That round included participation from Excel, Accomplice VC, Avon Ventures, Coinbase Ventures, Finbushy Capital, Flybridge Capital, and Lightspeed Venture Partners. And here's a quote. FalconX is helping bring simplicity to the increasingly complex digital asset space through a platform that provides discovery and pricing all in one place. Said, here's a name I'm going to butcher, Harshul Shanghai? I don't know. Whatever. Global head of American Express Ventures in a release. I tried to say it right. I don't know how to. Anyway, and so I don't want to go through this whole thing. I think you get the cut of my jib here. There are so many entities that remained quiet for the last, entire existence of Bitcoin and the crypto asset class. Either that or they were naysayers, and now they're jumping in. And they're primarily, at this point, it's just in the news, it's for institutional investors, not just retail speculators. And that's where the real money is. You just get a certain percentage from, major institutional entities, like even just 1-3% throwing in that, even just that small percentage into the crypto asset class, and you're gonna have a multi-trillion-dollar asset class. And XRP's part of it, and it's so supremely undervalued in my humble opinion. So supremely undervalued. I could not be more excited to be here. I hope it's coming through in the way that I'm communicating this. I could not feel more optimistic and confident that this is absolutely what I believe. But that's it for this video. I should wrap up here. I'm going long. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.